Hello, welcome. We're going to start our third playthrough here. I actually did start a third playthrough, and on turn 3 I realized I made the same mistake with the tanks that I made in the second playthrough. And what that is see, if you get this A outcome, which is a good outcome on the first turn, in fact it's the best outcome, it says place in turn 2. And I keep delaying it by 2 turns. And if you'll pay attention, there is no tanks after turn 4. So I delay it by 2 turns, and then I get to turn 4, and I'm like, where's my tanks? And anyways, it's a mistake I've made, and I just deleted the video. And I reset the game, and we're going to start over. The thing that happened was on turn 2, I even stopped the video because I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and retroactively fix it. Well, on turn 2, there was nobody in the beach approach boxes, and so I just skipped drawing cards for that turn. So I couldn't even go back and fix it. So anyways, I'm starting over, reshuffled the cards, everything's back where it is. I think my nests, they did add some nests out, and so I think I took care of reversing all of those. And let's get going here. I did explain in the last video, I'll explain again. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. I think what I have to do is if I have a full strength tank on the beach, I need to barrage, I need to disrupt, and then when they are disrupted, then I get my infantry to run across. Instead of, I think it's really high risk to try to run my infantry across without some form of disruption. The challenge I have though, is that these are double nests here and there, and so disrupting one portion of the nest doesn't prevent the other portion from hitting. And that's been where my dilemma is. Now, there are some things like, for example, we know for a fact that, here, let me show you this. This nest here fires there and there. We know that for a fact. This nest fires here, because you know that because it points there and there. But, for example, this spot here, is this nest able to hit this spot? You can see that this is pointing that way, but it's not pointing that way. And I think the answer is that it can hit anywhere that's green. I don't want to get that nitpicky over the direction of the green spots. But I think, you know, like for example, these greens here are clearly because of this nest. So if this nest was gone and only this one existed, could they hit here? My answer would be no. And so that's part of the, you know, do I need to get to that kind of nitty-gritty, you know, nitpicky details on where they're hitting and where they're not hitting? That's my dilemma. Now, I don't think the rules get into that nitpicky. And in fact, I'm looking at their overlapping fields of fire, and I don't see it. Like, it's just basically saying that this green nest covers all the way up and around. So let's just play it the way we've been playing it. I think, if anything, it just makes the game simpler. I don't want to get into these fringe rules, even if I was going down the right path. And let's draw. Let's get some turn 1 going here. Okay, remember A is the best outcome, and we have 2 of them. So that's good. It's triangle and circle. So we have 1 triangle and 1 circle. So that's only 2 of our units, unfortunately. Versus, I was thinking we might get 3. And then the diamond is lose 1 step. So they're both going to take a damage and land. Okay, so that's that turn. So now let's go over here. And I think we got the same outcome. Triangle and circle. Triangle is 2 of them over here, and then circle. Oh, hold on, this is turn 1. That's on the wrong spot there. Triangle is 1 of them, and then circle is 2. Now that is awesome. We got 3 out of the 4 there. That was a really nice outcome. And the other one is a B, which means he's eliminated. So only 1 was eliminated. I think that's good. So good start. All right, so now we do German fire. There's nobody on the West Beach. So we're gonna draw German fire, and there's a purple armor. There is a purple armor, but it's a triangle and not a diamond. So we're good to go there. We don't draw an event. We get to do an action. So then the action is, of course, I want to get off the beach. This is actually just as good as that. So I'm going to get this tank up to here so maybe we can cause some problems. This one, however, has some serious fire. If he can get across, he can then support all kinds of things. I'll do it. Let's try. It's a suicide move, but let's try. I don't want to waste my actions. I want to do something. There's no point in, I guess he could try to, well, you know what? We're going to try to suppress blue because blue is in his range. And since he's a strength 2, blue doesn't have a depth marker. So he can suppress it or barrage it for a blue or a diamond. And he actually got both. Wow. So he did disrupt blue. Now, granted, he isn't getting off the beach, but that'll help him and maybe future infantry to get off the beach. So that's very good. And then I'm realizing I forgot to do this. So let's get some, I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see where some of these things are going. So this is all turn 1 stuff that I was supposed to put on after the landings. I just always forget to do this step because I'm so excited to get into everything else. It's gonna go right there. And then this is dog 4, CH2, Charlie 2, ER6, DW3, EG3, DR2, and FG5. So there we go. We got all of our stuff set up. And let's start turn 2. So let's grab all those tanks that got saved. Put them there. Let's land at the beach. All right, so we're on turn 2. We got a diamond Dday. So for infantry, they drift 4 boxes east. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as usual, we got the dude all the way at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then land. And that's it. So the triangle or the circle is also A. So that's Canadian A. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the for the tank circle, he lands and we have ourselves a concentrated unit. Yippee skippy. Good thing blue is disrupted. Green can cause us problems though. Now we go to the triangle, which is C. And for infantry, that's 9 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have all kinds of infantry over on the left. And for the tank, it's lose 1 step. So that tank takes a damage. Okay, so wasn't perfect. Oh, hey, we forgot to do engineer step. So this one was the last tank step, right? Because we had a green attacking. No, we had purple, didn't we? Purple was the one attacking because that was the east, and then this one is the west. Okay, so we got to do the engineering step. That's what I'm trying to get at. Or no, there was no engineering step on turn 1. What am I smoking? So let's not worry about that. Let's go to the next landing. Okay, we got a diamond Dday. So it depends on who's landing. So this tank gets an A. That's a no effect. So that's good. We got a strong tank. And then for the infantry, though, that's 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then land. The triangle is B. For the tank, that's a drift 1 box and land, but he's full strength. And this infantry is 2 boxes drift. 1, 2, and land. And then going down to here, the ranger, a B is just a drift 1 box and land. And then circle is D. And for the infantry at D, it's no effect. And we got ourselves a concentrated unit. Dang it. The concentrated units are killing us. And that is, I think that's our, yes, that's our landings. And now we're going to get to, oh yeah, we got to do the event phase. So let's draw our event. Hey, we get a hero marker in the 1st Division and add a depth marker to 1 German unit in 9.2. So the depth marker goes to whoever's closest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go to green over here because it's the lowest number. So he's going to get a depth marker, and that's pretty common. Pretty hard to avoid that. These would be on the board. These are the tanks from turn 1. So they're going to be landing on turn 3. All right. So now we get a hero. Let's not forget that part. So it said 1st Division, so that's somewhere over here. Now, the thing is we need, I wanted to give it to this guy because he's the tank that's strong, but we're on a concentrated unit here, and there's a good chance that if we draw a green, we're going to get annihilated. And so this is all greatly dictating on whether or not we get a green. I'm not worried about blue because he's disrupted. The other thing we can do is put it on one of these units over here because we know they need a lot of actions to get off the beach. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on this guy because he needs a lot of actions to get over and to climb and all that other stuff. So we'll give it to him. In fact, this guy needs those same amount of actions. Well, he needs 1 less action. So, I mean, I could do it on this because we got this bottleneck situation where if he has free moves and he doesn't, they both need help getting off the beach. That's, I think, the message I'm trying to say. I think I want to do it on the one that's further away. That's more actions I'm saving by making him a hero. I would love to do this tank because then I get a free barrage every round. And how bloody awesome is that? But I just can't take the risk that we're going to draw a green. We're already a concentrated unit. But then again, if I put it on the tank, maybe I can save the tank. Because if we do draw a green, then I can make it an inspired unit. Oh, I'm going to leave it on the... If this was anywhere else, I would have put it on the tank. But this guy for sure needs the help with the free actions, and we don't have to worry about the risk of the draw. So no worries there. Okay, so we did the event. Now let's do slaughter time. So red is firing. And it's going to fire at triangle, but the only thing that's in red is this, or I'm sorry, diamond. The armor doesn't get hit. There's no armor symbol here. Purple is firing, and it's going to hit the diamond, and look at this. Purple hits our hero already. For Pete's sakes. Well, I'll kill the hero. So at least that unit, I guess, it still gets free actions, which is good. And it still stays at full strength, or otherwise it would have been pummeled. Well, how about that? That's funny. And then blue is disrupted, so his disruption marker will just go away. And ironically speaking, look, we didn't draw green. Look at that. So that was actually really good. Okay, now we go to slaughter on the other side. Red is firing. That's here. Nobody's in red. Purple's firing at diamond. There are no diamond. So thumbs up to that. Blue is firing to diamond and same answer. So very awesome. Oh, I got to draw these out. We got to do engineering step. So red, purple, and blue. Obviously blue starts here, then purple, then red. Then red stops here, so we can do any of these. I wish I could do more than two given this situation, but we're going to do... Red did fire on the other side, so we can't do these two. But I'm going to go ahead and just start here where the gold and brown is, and at least get two of them in. And then coming back over here, it was red, blue ends here, and then purple ends here, so we got one spot. Just one bloody spot. Okay, but we at least got one. All right, so that's that, and now it's our action time. So here's our dilemma. Well, this guy gets a free action, and he can just sneak the beach that way. So that's way better than going into that nonsense. And then hopefully we can get him to avoid getting hit by blue long enough to get up here and then hammer blue. This one is just in a death row. I'm keeping him on the beach, not doing anything with him. This one can barrage, but he can only barrage gold or yellow. Even though other things might be in range, it's only what he can see. So he's going to barrage yellow. He's a strength 4. So all we need is a diamond or a gold, and we got the gold. So the US brings in the gold. So we do disrupt orange here, which is good. Very good. So then that leads me to, do I try to make a run for it? Well, the answer is probably no, because this guy can still hammer the crap out of us. Now, I'm also need to be mindful of who's landing next turn, and it's only going to be tanks that are going to be landing next turn. If I had a bunch of infantry lined up to land, I would worry about concentrated units, which was the situation here. And by the way, we got lucky with that. So thank goodness with that. So we got to deal with this for sure. And that's why my other action is I'm going to suppress 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. This one can't hit gold. He can only hit brown. So let's try to hit brown. So we're going to draw brown. And we missed. No brown and no triangle. So that tank didn't do anything. So because I have to move these guys, well, I have to move just one of them. But I mean, look at the situation. He's now in the hot zone for both brown and gold. So I might as well move him too, because if gold triggers, only one unit's going to get hit. If brown triggers, they're all getting hit. But I can move him too into the gold, banking on the fact that we're not going to get a brown. Let's at least get a gold. Only one of the three is going to get hit. The other two will make it. So we're going to just play a little game of chicken, I guess, with that. That is quite the interesting situation. So we got to hope that we don't get a brown or a gold. Well, that would be ideal. But the brown would definitely be a big, big problem. So I don't know what, I don't know if I should be a little more conservative in this situation, or is it going to, you know, that's my situation with this. I think this is pure luck, and you either got to not get your stuff drawn, or you do get it drawn, and if you do, you're just hammered. And that's the part about this that you know, it makes the game challenging because you have to be tactical and just react and adjust to everything that's happened. So so I think we're gonna deal with it. So coming over to here now, this tank does need to get across, but he'll take an action. We have our concentrated units, so this for sure has to get out of dodge. But should I hit blue or green is my question. And I think what I want to do, I'm going to hit blue because blue for sure can be stopped. And sure enough, we hit blue, so that's good. And so blue is going to be disrupted. All right, so then we have, what's the next thing I want to do? We need to get him off the beach. So the blue is not a threat anymore. The green is. So that's the biggest issue I have. I still have another action. Maybe I can try to suppress green, but I'm not going to be able to. So let's charge green. Green is a bigger threat than blue. So if I can make it through the green step, that's a huge deal. So let's hope that I can make it through the green step. I don't know if I can or what the situation is, but that's really the challenge here. And yeah, I got so many tanks on here, so I only get 2 actions. I spent 1. If that was a hero, he would have gone for free. That's my thing. This is a preservation move. This is a preservation move. This is a free move. So with my second action, I think what we're going to do is get my tank up to there. So if this guy can get to there, we can maybe take out orange. That's my thought. Yeah, I'll stick with that for now. There's just a lot of actions, or a lot of units that require actions over here and not free. And I guess that's a drawback with having so many tanks survive in the early round. What a weird problem to have. Okay, so that ends our turn. So let's go to turn 3. All right, so we need to land. So turn 3, this tank is a triangle, it's a B. He drifts 1 box east and he lands. Then this one is a circle, that's an A, that's no effect, he lands. So we have 3 undamaged tanks, which is awesome. The problem is they all take actions. So not so awesome. But it's a nice problem to have. And if we ever get our headquarters, they might benefit from having those tanks near them. So then we come over to here, and the circle is an A, so that means he's no effect. If we finally got another full-strength tank over here, that one's also no effect, and then the triangle is a D. He's drifting 3 boxes east, 1, 2, 3, and then he lands there. So we got 3 full-strength tanks on that side as well. So now we get to draw, we get to do an event, right? Yes, the event is next, so here's our event. GI initiative, we get 1 extra action this turn. That actually might be quite helpful. So I'm gonna leave that in front of us. Our, 1 extra action. I think we're definitely gonna be able to make use of 1 extra action this turn. Okay, so we have a lot of units that are going to get mowed down here, so let's get that over with. Starting with this side, we have gold firing at circle, and sure enough, this one gets hit. We really wanted to get him through too. But you know what? This one was going to get hit no matter what. I mean, it wasn't like he ran into an intense zone. So it is what it is with that. That naval fire marker would have been nice. What's next? The red is attacking armor with a circle. And that is very unfortunate because now our full strength armor just got reduced for red. Oh man, that hurts. But it is what it is. And then blue is disrupted, so nothing happens there. And we made it. So, well, this was a huge hit. That was a bad hit. But I mean, a lot of other units made it. Well, actually, I was worried about this one. One unit made it, the one I was worried about. So now let's go over here. And we don't want brown, or gold for that matter, but brown is the big one. If I get gold, one of these three are going to get hit, but the other two will make it through. Oh my gosh, look at this. We didn't get any of them. So double purple is a triangle. And, oh, come on. Come on. Well, I guess this is better than those. But anyways, he's hit. The double blue is also a triangle, but he can't be hit twice. So the blue was going to get him too. So it doesn't matter, purple or blue. And then green fires at a triangle. And there's nobody in green that has a triangle. So, and nobody's going after armor. That was the situation. I mean, I guess you can't get perfectly through. Oh, I got to do engineers. Sorry. Keep forgetting about the engineers. So green, blue, and purple are all over here. So blue, green, purple stops there. So this is red and orange. So I'm going to move this one over. And then this one went over because I was able to do two of them. And I'm sorry, that's the colors. Then we're going to go back to this side. It was red, blue, and then yellow. So there's a blue there, there's yellow, and yellow doesn't end until here. So we're able to do one more, or we're able to just clean one spot on the beach. And just this spot right there, and that's it. Because yellow covers a lot of spots. All right, so I also forgot to do this. FG4, FG5, ER2, DW3, which is over here, DG2 there, DR1 there, and EG3 is there. Okay, so we get 3 actions. All right, first things first, this one is no longer strong. He's in fact gonna be able to take nothing. But we can at least, he gets a free action and we can at least get him to a safer part of the beach. That's something, but he's gonna need help. He can't take anything alone anymore. This one we held back last time. This one we're gonna probably do an action. Let's start suppressing something, right? So that way he can get through. So I like that. Here's another one that could do an action, and here's another one that can do an action. So we got 1, 2, 3. We actually have 4 guys that can do 5. There's one over here. We didn't draw orange, so I think we want to suppress the other orange, and more importantly, let's get our butts off the beach. So 1, 2, and then 3. This is way better than that in terms of outcome. So I have a large dilemma. Of course, I want to take orange and disrupt it completely. I think that's the best move. Brown is a problem, and I want to disrupt brown as well. I also want to disrupt over here so we can get off the beach. I'm looking at the units, and we might have a potential concentration issue here. This one can only hit red. This one can hit red or green. This one can hit green or purple. If I can get purple disrupted, obviously it makes it nicer to get across because green also needs to be, there's just 100 things to do and only 3 actions to do it. So let's start here. We want to get the other orange disrupted. That's our top priority. So let's do that. And we got the orange. So these units are for sure 100% bona fide safe. So if I had like another tank, I would actually start trying to cross. This one, I think we need to start taking out brown for the same reason. We want to make it so these guys are disrupted until we go in there and just beat the crap out of them. So I am going to try to disrupt brown. So let's do that. And I don't have brown, but I do have the triangle. Triangle matches. So we got lucky there. And brown, I'm always going after the double one first. Okay, now I have one more action, and it's going to be a tank action. So then the question becomes red or green or purple. Which one is the better move? Purple obviously could hit him, but so can green. So purple has 2 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after green first. And it doesn't matter which of these tanks, actually it does. They're both circles, so it doesn't even matter. So there's a circle in green, and green is disrupted. So well done to the tanks. We actually succeeded in all 3 disruptions. So I like this strategy. It's making getting across the beach a little easier, but there's a lot of luck involved in this. So we also had a few units that I think just got lucky. But over on the east, though, we always take more losses on the east. It's really funny. I get 3 actions. This guy, for sure, is getting off the kill zone. I have 2 tanks over here that need to get across, but they're not going to try real hard because these are kill zones. Nobody's disrupted. Since there's no infantry over here, this tank is not going to worry about blue. We're going to worry about green. I get 3 actions. I have another one over here that can hit the other green, but we can also hit orange. So I got to think about that. And then, of course, I have, this one is not full strength, below it. And I have to spend an action to move him up. I also have to spend an action to move him over. So I think I'm only going to get to disrupt. I can either try to disrupt both of these and only move one of those guys, or I can disrupt just one. I mean, green right now, this is the only unit that's precious. The tanks, obviously, the green would have to draw armor to be able to hit the tanks. I do want to get up the cliffs. This is just a plain purple, but it would become a concentrated fire purple if I try to move over top of him. This is just a slope, so I can attack from here to there with this guy. Once he gets there, that's just a slope attack. Now with a slope attack, I know with a shingle attack, the top unit is doubled, but with a slope attack, both the unit and the depth marker are doubled. So it is a little harder to attack from here than from there, but I still need a few actions to get in place. So here's my dilemma. Well, let's just start with, we know for sure I'm going to be able to get one of the greens. So let's try it. If I fail, I'm going to give up on trying to suppress green. And I may have failed. There it is. That answers my question. There's no green, and this is a circle. So I was already planning on disrupting both of these and then using, an action over here. So using both tanks to disrupt both of these. I used one tank, I failed. This tank might succeed, but I need to disrupt both in order to save this guy. So we're not going to worry about this tank anymore. We're going to just move on. And I'm going to get this guy up for one action. This guy is going to move over for the third action. And then this guy gets a free action. And that's going to be it. And we just got to hope we don't get any concentrated issues with all these tanks on the beach. So that's the end of the turn. We're moving to turn 4. Okay, German artillery is now going to be active. So let's hope I don't forget that. we're gonna do beach landings. So we got triangles a B, and that's an infantry. He's drifting 1 box east. This is an anti-aircraft. Diamond is A. He's delayed 3 turns. And then the circle is A, infantry, no effect. So we now have a concentrated unit. Oh, that's not good. All right. And this one's delayed 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. Okay, coming over to here. We have an anti-aircraft that's a diamond, it's an A. This is delayed 3 turns. A diamond infantry is an A, no effect. Anti-aircraft B is drifting 2 boxes east, and then he lands. And then this one is a C. He's drifting 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he lands, and we have a concentrated unit. Oh, and then of course the anti-aircraft is the concentrated unit. So, okay. Well, the good news is we do have a lot of disruptions over on the west side, at least. Okay, so it's going to get some more stuff coming out. This is a DG3. DR2, DG1. Okay. All right, so now let's do our event. Add a depth marker to 1 German unit. All right, so it's always whoever's closest, and of course they can't be disrupted. So over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, that's a candidate, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's going to be the brown over here. It's going to get a depth marker, which is going to make it a little harder to disrupt him, but as long as we have a full strength tank, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now it's mow down time. Starting with the Germans here. We have a double blue. There's only a single blue on the map, so we're fine. We have a double green, and it's diamond. Oh, come on. Our one and only unit that made it across got hit. So anybody else in the blue, in the green, I don't think there is. And then of course there's no brown. So now let's do engineers, because I keep forgetting to do that. Blue and green and here. So I do get to, I'm gonna put that in like that. And let's grab another clear marker. So I did get 2 more spots, which is good. All right, so now let's do the other side. And why didn't we get that event? I mean, come on. All right, so we got a red who can hit armor, and it's a diamond. That could be a problem. Nope, 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 and nope. We actually are fine. Blue is a double, and it's hitting diamond. Blue, blue, we're fine. And then brown is hitting star, diamond. This brown is disrupted, but we can still hit 2 on the brown if it's diamond. There is a diamond here. Unfortunately, he's taken a hit. And that's it. But this disrupted marker goes away. All right, so, can we do engineers? So brown ends here, red begins, and then blue, yeah, there's no hope on that one. Okay, so we are now on our turn. Only 2 actions. I'm gonna go ahead and climb cliff with him. Might as well get him to the top so he can at least do some kind of support. Since he gets free actions, I can even move him back here and then have a free shot. This is still a trouble zone, so I've been holding him back, but I may attack, right, and try to get purple disrupted. I think I've been prioritizing that side of the board, which is fine. I'm okay with that. This was a concentrated unit. Oh, we drew red, didn't we? Yes, we did. So I said red hit nobody, and that's not true. This one would have been hit. And I think that makes it not concentrated anymore. Or do they both get hit? I'm going to assume they both get hit. So that was unfortunate. All right, well, he's going to storm red. Let's see if we can get him across. This one I'm still not sure on, but so yeah, I have a ton of tanks, only 2 actions. This might be my action. I have 2 full strength units. Do I need both of them? That's the $1 million question. Since they're full strength, I may not need both of them. So I need to think about that. This one can get in closer so we can take him out, but that's an action. So for my 2 actions, I wouldn't be able to disrupt anything. I think I'm going to do a self-preservation. Well, I am getting into a kill zone here, and I'm not going to eliminate everything. These are both disrupted, so I can maybe afford to wait one more turn, but I don't really want to. I have so much stuff. I mean, all these tanks need to get off the beach by turn 7, so that's an issue. That is an issue. I got to get these tanks off the beach. That's the problem of having a blessing of so many tanks being alive. I don't think I need both of these. I'm going to attack with this guy. So we have a BG, which he has, and I clearly double it. And then this is a radio, which he has. And so 2 plus 2 is 4. I don't double it anymore. Holy cow, hold on. I still eliminate the depth marker and disrupt him, which he's already disrupted. So that was one action. I think getting rid of this unit is better than any other outcome. And I was able to do that. And by the way, the rules say I can't attack again with this unit, even though it's a separate action. That is not allowed. I don't see any value in disrupting something when the other side can still attack, because this is a double nest. There is value, however, of disrupting red when I'm trying to run across a red zone. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's try to disrupt red. And I didn't, but it's a triangle tank. I should have been very clear about which tank it was, but it is a triangle tank, and there we go. So red is disrupted. I think we are going to have a problem with getting off this beach in time. This unit, I am still not moving because this is just a huge kill zone, and I still don't have enough disruption over here. And he doesn't have any support, so what's the point? The chances of him making it across with so many kill zones is hard. Okay, so my challenge there is I need more actions, a lot more. Now, coming over to here, I have a similar dilemma with all these tanks. I think one of my things I wanted to do was, this is going to be a climb cliff action, right? So that's one action. And then my second action is to attack here. I was going to attack with him, but now that he's injured, I don't have as much confidence in him. And then everything else, I don't know what to do. So I think the first step is I need to see if I succeed at disrupting gold here. So I'm going to reveal this, and it's Bangalore and mortar, and he happens to have both of those. I got super lucky. So even though this unit got injured, he had the exact two things that he needed. This is a 4. I'm at a 4, 5, 6. I am not double. So because I matched his weapons requirements, we still get to reveal the bottom. And oh, look at that, it's a tactical reinforcement. That was like the perfect time to draw one. So what happens is we grab a reinforcement from the German tactical section, and it goes to the closest spot, which is right there. Now this guy is all by himself, and at 6/2, he's destroyed. So we destroyed orange. Orange is now wide open. Green is still a problem, but that means, ooh, that's purple's still a problem. So I got an issue here with the kill zone, but orange is now eliminated from the kill zone. So we do have a hole that we can get through. That is a nice accomplishment. But that was my 2 actions. So none of my tanks can do anything. The only thing I can do is maybe try to get across. Like for example, this again, if I can get to here, I mean, I would have a concentrated unit, but that would, so I can't get green. That's the issue. How many times am I going to get lucky? I got lucky enough to get here, but then he got hit after he got there. And yes, I have the same problem with turn 7 is coming, and I need to be ready for it. I only get 2 actions a turn. Okay, we're moving to turn 5. And you can see there's a lot of units coming. And we're going to land on the beach. So for diamond, it's an A. And this is an infantry, no effect. So he just lands. And then for here, it's a circle, it's C. I'm looking, he drifts 4 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he lands. Okay, so that's it for, see, that's another hero event. Why can't we get those events? So now we're going over to here, and so we have, this guy's a diamond, that's an A, that's gonna land. Is there any other diamonds? He lands. Actually, this is a different chart. Nope, it's not a different chart. He lands too. And so what do we got next? I see a triangle that's D, and the triangle that's D, let me go to D, where's D? Drift 1 box west. So he's actually going this way, and we have a concentrated unit again. But thankfully that's disrupted. Okay, and then this triangle is D, so he's gonna go west. And we got a, concentrated unit. I wasn't expecting that at all with the triangle. And then circle is a B, that's 1 box east, and that's not a concentrated unit. So, all right, well, that's a little bit of a problem. So now it's time to do our event. Here we go. We get a hero in the 1st division, so another one over there, and then add a depth marker to 1 German unit. Well, we always add depth markers, so I'm not too concerned about that. But where would, I don't believe you add one when it's disrupted. So I think what's going to happen is purple's going to get one. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So blue would get it because blue is lower number. So blue is now a bigger problem child over here. But we get to add a hero. So who's going to be our hero? This would be a nice option because now we get to add a wild card to him. I would prefer it be on somebody who's full strength. We don't know if he's going to survive. You know what? I think this is where we put it on the tank. So if I put a hero on a tank, now I can get that tank off the beach. It can barrage for free. Yeah, I think it's peanut butter tank time for them. So the other option is this guy over here could really use a hero because he's basically useless. But he has a range of 2, which is nice because you get him up here on this high bluff, he can do some stuff. But we actually have this open, so this is a move. We don't even need to climb to get to here, so we can just move up. Now the tank can't move, but this guy can. And then this is just an attack, but both units get doubled if you attack this way. There's a lot of options here, but I think given our tank situation, making a tank a hero, and it still gets to count as a wild card as long as he's involved in the attack. Yeah, let's do that. All right, moving on. German fire. So let's see the carnage. All right, so we got red firing at triangle, but it's not armor. I'm sorry, red is firing at diamond, but it's not armor. So nothing here, and crap, that guy gets hit. And that's it for red. So then we have a double purple going after armor, diamond. So I think purple see, good news is that's just a disruption, but this armor gets eliminated because that's a second hit for him. So that does weaken that. And yes, this guy would be the second hit, but the really, really good news, and really, 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 is that he's just disrupted. So he's already inspired. We didn't want to lose that. Oh, and then engineers. So red, green, and purple covers the entire beach. So nothing. Oh, did I forget to do green? I did. So green is attacking diamonds, and look at this nonsense. Boom. And boom. That one, we got our first catastrophic loss, and green is doing it to us again. Green is just doing it again. That green is just brutal. Okay, well, nothing we can do about that. Moving over to here, we have red, who's disrupted. So his disruption marker just goes away. Purple is attacking armor with a circle. And unfortunately, that armor just got hit. And so did he. Yep, well, hold on. This armor did not get hit. This is a concentrated unit, so both of these get hit, unfortunately. So that's the problem with purple. And then brown is attacking circle, and unfortunately that's a circle on brown. And we did take a hit there. So, oh, and then this one was supposed to be delayed. I apologize, I forgot to put it on the delay marker. He was in the same turn as that one, so. Okay, it's action time. This was just really unfortunate. I was waiting the whole game to rush these, and so obviously this is a free action. These are preservation actions, and I'm gonna just do it. We're gonna get them across. This is a preservation action. This guy actually made it through. That I didn't even realize. That's a huge accomplishment. We're going to get another one through. And we're going to try to get another one through that way. Yeah, they're all coming. We're charging now. And so now we get 2 actions. And so this is where it gets tough. So obviously I want to disrupt because red did fire. Oh, by the way, we got to do, so purple and brown fired. This spot over here is a candidate, but there's no actual mine on this one. Purple ends here. Now red was disrupted, so we get to place on red. And then brown is there. We already cleared this one, so we get to clear 2 more spots. Like that. Okay, so here's my dilemma. Obviously, red was fired, so that's the reason why he made it through. This one is in just as much trouble, so we can try to disrupt again. I need to get off the beach. That's another problem. The third problem is I want to finish what I started. And this guy is still full strength, and he can take him down. Actually, this one could take it down alone by himself. This one needs to get in so he can take that down. There's a lot of stuff we want to do. So if I spent 2 whole actions, I can maybe disrupt both of brown, except I don't have 2 tanks that are in brown. So let's just get this done. We're going to kill this guy. I know he's disrupted, but we're going to eliminate a unit. So orange is now 1 less. And then we're going to get this guy to go up because we need to start taking out brown. And unfortunately, that's my 2 actions. And so there's nothing else I can do. The one thing I could have done was waited here because he was disrupted and say, oh, well, I'll have next turn to do it. And then try to like do something else. Like, for example, use this tank to disrupt the brown that's way in the back. It is, I don't know. I honestly don't know the best strategy in this situation. I am very concerned. It's turn 5 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 awesome tanks that need to get off the beach, and I can only do 2 at a time. So, I have to move this guy back. And I think, I mean, I can't move this tank because then I'd have a concentrated unit. I mean, I know I already have a concentrated unit, but the other 2 would be concentrated. I have to get a tank off the beach. And since orange is free, I am going to get this tank off the beach. Because if you look at my economies of actions, I have to spend every action for the next 3 turns just getting tanks off the beach. And that means I can't attack anywhere. So that's my dilemma. Oh, we forgot to do this. So this is DR. Anywhere in the DR. Well, orange is getting a pounding. So let's put him here out of the idea that he's going to drift east. We finally get a headquarters on DW. So this headquarters is going to, yeah, we'll put him here. That'll help us get these tanks off the beach. That will save our bacon. That right there. This is a DW artillery. So I'm going to put that right with the headquarters. This is an FG artillery. Put him there. A DG. I'm going to put him there. And then General Cola also over here. He starts in DW. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to move the headquarters over to DW1 and the general here. So the general will help get these butts off the beach. That's going to save me, I think. All right. That ends our turn. No, it doesn't. I got to do actions over here. Okay, so green has basically reduced him to a pulp. This is a free preservation move. So I have BG, mortar, and Browning. This thing is at least adding 2 strength, so between these 2, I can still do something. I do have a tank. Need to get off the beach. Red is formidable. I have a unit that can move, but he's going to be in a critical kill zone. I can wait with him, because you can see here there's nobody coming on the beach behind them. With all these tanks, I have the same issues. This one is climbing his cliff. And so he will complete his climb to there. This one was disrupted, so he can't do anything except remove his disruption. This one I can get off the beach. This one I'm going to get off the beach and go, ooh, that's actually a tough choice. Let's wait to see what my actions are. I get 2 actions. I can suppress blue with him. I can try to... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm attacking green. F green. We need to get him out. So I'm going to attack green. And the question is, can this tank support him? If he can, I will attack green. I always have to look up this rule. Oh, where are you? Page 16. A tank. The unit is adjacent to the target hex. Not true. Unit adjacent to an attacking infantry unit. Also not true. Unit is command of an HQ or general. At least one attacking infantry unit is command of each. Okay, so I can't help him. So what I'm going to try to do is, this is a free action because he's a hero. I'm going to try to suppress the back there. I got a green. That's all I needed. Actually, I had a perfect match. So we got the back one suppressed, and then for one of my attacks, I'm going to go after him because I'm going to try to get him disrupted. So I got a Bangalore, which matches, and I'm more than double, so that's yippee-ki-yay. And then that's a radio, which I don't have. So that means it's not destroyed, but I did disrupt it. So green is officially disrupted. So now with gold gone and green disrupted, he's charging the beach. And everybody else should too. So I have one more action, and so this tank is going to charge the beach as well. I would like to get in position here to attack him, but we got to do one thing at a time. And I just successfully got at least one of my tanks off the beach, and that's better than nothing. This one can charge later. I'm really leery about these at the moment. There's a reason the engineers haven't cleared these, because we keep drawing them. Okay, so now we're done, and we're moving to turn 6. So we got to get those tanks off the beach. The tide is coming. We have to shuffle cards. So how is this game going? I think we're going pretty well. We have 1 catastrophic loss. If you recall from our second playthrough, I think we're at 4 by now. So there's no denying it. There's a lot of luck in this game. I think the reason this is in the awesome category for me, and I'm enjoying this so much, is I think the perfect solitaire game has to have luck, or otherwise it's too much of just doing a puzzle. The fact that there's luck in this game doesn't mean that the outcome is entirely like Oregon Trail. Like, okay, so I'm going to pick on a game that I'm sure some of you love, but this War of Mine is a game that if I choose to go left, I could win or I could lose. And it all depends on what card I draw. This War of Mine, when I win that game, I don't think that I did anything to allow me to win it. When I lose that game, I don't think I did anything to allow me... Like, I feel like I'm just being taken along for a ride. And the cards just... And so I call it the modern-day Oregon Trail. Because Oregon Trail, you know, you go to the supply store, you buy upgraded oxen and maybe a wider wagon. You know, you get to the spot where it says, you know, do you pay somebody to take you across the ferry, or do you have your oxen wade across the river? It doesn't matter what you choose. You choose one thing, and then your wife dies of dysentery. And so it's just, you know, it was a game for back in the 80s. It was great because you made choices and things would happen, and you're like, I finally made it, yay. But in, 2018, 2019, I don't want to play a game that's just like the 1980s Oregon Trail. But anyways, back to this, yes, there's luck, but I think there's things you can do to mitigate luck, and sometimes there's nothing you can do at all. But I think what I love about this game is it's less about mitigating luck and controlling the board, and more about when it's your turn, you have to make tough choices. And those tough choices do lead you to a win. And you have to adapt. I mean, it really does feel like, I mean, I've never been in an actual war before, obviously, but this feels way more like a real war than this war of mine does. This war of mine has gritty, do you kill the child kind of moments. And if that, floats your boat, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But that's just a bunch of text, and you're imagining what it would be like if you had to actually kill a child. I mean, baloney, okay? All you're doing is trying to steal food from somewhere so you could stay alive. I mean, that's not... This is about, you had a plan, and things happened, and now you have to change the plan, and then you have to change it again and change it again. I think this is much more emulative of what it was like to be on a battlefield and to be a leader on a battlefield, is that you had to do that. And I'm not meaning to, because this war of mine's not an actual battlefield. That's more of a survival game, and I get it. But anyways, I didn't mean to pick on that game so much. It was just, it came to mind as an example of a game that has too much luck. That's why I brought it up. This one has that right balance of luck and like, okay, I just got this big rod shoved up my butt, but now I'm gonna pull it out. And so that's what this is like. Okay, I'm done shuffling. So as I just gave a graphic analogy that was probably inappropriate. So we have to land. We have one unit. It's an artillery unit, and it's a triangle A. It's going to be delayed 3 turns. So go there. Next one, we actually have a lot of units landing. The general lands. The headquarters is landing. And this is an infantry. A, he lands. That's an artillery. C, it's going to lose a step, but it lands. And do we have a concentrated unit? No, we don't. Then getting over to here, that's a diamond. B, he drifts 1 box east, and there's no concentrated unit issue there. So we got lucky. All right, and then the event. So smoke obscures the beach. No fire from 66 or 68 this turn. Oh, which one's 60? That's 65. Oh, yes. So brown and gold. No fire. Well, gold was not an issue, but the brown thing, look at, we got all these guys crossing. Woo, that was a good event. Okay, now coming back to here, gold is no longer in existence. Brown is not over on the east. The only thing firing is green, and you look at this, green is disrupted. So, unfortunately, we got to redisrupt green, but that was an awesome one. So, nobody fired. So that means we get to actually clear anything we'd like. And so I'm going to clear these 2 spots here, because as you may have noticed, we're leaving red and blue alone. My strategy this time is I was concentrating over here, and then we'll concentrate there later. And I'm sort of doing the same thing over here. I'm just picking one draw and going after it. And I think that strategy has been paying off. By ignoring one whole set of colors, you can, barrage something else. But as you can see, though, you get punished, right? Everybody here took damage. Okay, that was good. And now we come over to here, and it's gold, red, and brown. And brown is not firing because of the event. And then the only thing that fires is red, and that is very unfortunate because red is going to get us. It's a triangle, so this one takes a hit. This one does not. That one would take a hit. it can hit a armor, which is this one. And I think it has to because it hits, well, hold on, it hits the closest unit first and then the top strength. So 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the same. Okay, I think the armor has to take the hit. So unfortunately, we just lost one of our high strength armor, and that was a big bummer there because we were just going to get it off the beach with free actions. We still will, it's not going to be as powerful. Okay, and then back to the engineers. We know that brown and gold did nothing, so we're going to engineer that side. And then over here, red did fire, so we can engineer here, which no one's done yet, right? We can put some engineer stuff there, or we can go over there. We're going to kick this side's butt, so let's engineer the other side. So I'm going to start, red did fire, so we have to do these two spots. Maybe this isn't as exciting as I originally thought it would be, but at least we got two spots on. I mean, this spot is already clear all the way across. So, okay, very good. So now we do actions, and we only get 2, but we now have free actions. So this is a free action, get off the beach. That one was a good one. The general is moving up. The tank will move with the general. This tank will move with the general. I know we're in some intense fire zones, but we got to get off the beach. This one is going to move off the beach, and I think he's going to go there. Is he? Yeah. This is next to a headquarters, so he's going to get off the beach. This one is going to move along with the headquarters, and the headquarters is going to bring everything he has to get off the beach. This one is going to do preservation move, get off the beach. This one's going to do the same. These ones are going to preservation move off the beach, and they're actually poised to really hit something here. This one, I would love to go sneak to the right, but I can't. I got to get off the beach. So I still have 2 actions. Obviously, I would love to disrupt something, right? Because red is a problem. Gold is now going to be a problem. But I am on turn 6. I do have to spend at least 2 actions to get tanks off the beach. I have to spend an action to move him forward because otherwise there would have been a concentrated unit getting him. So that's one of my actions. So I've already used one. So now it becomes, what do I do next? This is going to require a climb action before I can finish him off. So he will take a while. It might be nice to disrupt him because you can see he has an intense fire here. There's a lot that I want to do and not enough time. This HQ unit, I think, is going to start moving that way so I can, take care of business over here. This one can do an action. He would still need to climb to be able to take this red unit out, but if I can take red out, I've just cleared a big portion of this beach from fire. Oh, so much to do. I mean, I'm setting myself up to attack over here, right? So I think I need to get off the beach and with my tanks because, so I'm going to do this. Then this tank can actually support them to attack purple if I need to. This climb marker goes away. So he is poised to attack blue if we ever would need it. Yeah, this is a situation where I need more actions. Even with the general, I just don't have enough. But I do have all but 1 unit away from the tide, which that I think is a good thing. On this side, though, I have the same dilemma. I got to get off the beach. So green, I would love to disrupt green again, but I need to get off the beach, and I have 1, 2, 3 actions I have to spend here to get off the beach, unless I'm willing to sacrifice them. This, I can get off the beach next turn because he's a hero, he moves for free. So what I'm gonna do with him is we're gonna try to suppress green again. All right, so green is suppressed. So that's good. And then I know that these units can't do anything, but if I spend an action with them, that really would suppress him. But then I have to spend actions to get, well, for starters, I know I can get him to there. That's a whatchamacallit, preservation move. And this is an action to get him off. This one is an action to just remove the climb marker, or not, it's a free action. I do have a free action with him, but I'm stuck, right? I can go here, and this would then become a concentrated unit. I don't know if I want to do that. I can try to go around, but the tide's gonna rise. So I may just end up losing some tanks. This one needs a radio. This guy has the radio. I think he was here, so yes, he's not gonna be able to attack. Not for another turn. Tanks don't have radios, I don't think. No, they don't. It's really funny. You would think a tank would have a radio. So the other thing I can do is I can attack again with these units, because I know I can continually disrupt this, even if I can't win. So by disrupting him, I'm buying time, but what I'm not buying is getting my tanks off the beach. And the problem is this tank is in a kill zone. So my action is either get it off the kill zone, and then this guy can fire next round, or it's disrupt him, and then he stays where he is. That's my issue. It's a bizarre issue, but it is my issue. I have multiple units over here that would like to do a climb action or a move. I have this unit needs to get across. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do it. So let's just get him up. So he's going to make his run for it. These tanks, I think I'm going to lose them all because I just don't have enough actions to get everything accomplished. And I think I want to preserve what I've accomplished. And so these green units, they're going down. They anger me so much, these green nests. So I'm going to get this guy here, and their life is over as far as they are concerned. So that allows me to leave my tank here because he is not in risk of being fired upon unless it's purple. Purple, of course, is going to take a lot of turns to take out. But right now, these other things are a priority, and I'm still ignoring red and blue, but not much I can do. Okay, so, once again, I forgot to do this. This is anywhere in the ER. So I'm gonna go here because I think this is getting more clear than anywhere else. This is a DG, another DG, an ER, put him over there, another ER. This is a problem. We got a lot of ERs coming out. And another DG. So put that one there. No, there. Nope, there. Oh, he gets a free action. We'll put him there. Okay, so now we move to the next turn. So this is the mid-tide turn. So we got to get off the low tide. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, only one unit is at risk. And over an hour, so I'm going to end this video. Stay awesome. I'll see you in 2 seconds.